All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakat, Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, better known as GMS, who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the Tabernacle of David. I'm your brother Montezabath from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Melbourne, Australia. And as you can see here on the screen, all right, this is a news and prophecy update through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai as of May 11, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And the title of the article reads, Australia's biggest bank bans cash, forces customers to adopt CBDCs or lose everything. All right. And, you know, as the beloved apostles and bishops on down have been telling us, all right, these times were going to come. All right. And behold, all right, the end is being made manifest. All right. As the scripture says. So let's quickly read through this article. All right. Then I'm going to grab one video, Lord's will, and a few precepts to close out. All right. And Yahweh Ratazah, this will be edifying. So it goes on to say the WEF, which stands for the World Economic Forum, controlled nation of Australia, is forcing the public to switch to a central bank digital currency system. All right. Otherwise known as CBDC, and has warned citizens that they risk losing all of their money if they refuse. All right. So Esau is coming down with that great wrath, man. It says one of Australia's biggest banks, Macquarie Bank, told customers last week that it will completely eliminate cash this year. And if customers refuse to use the CBDCs, they will own nothing. And in case you missed it, we're phasing out our cash and check services for all products. To prepare for this change, you'll need to start transacting digitally, a safe, quick, and more convenient way to bank. We're removing our cash and check facilities in a phased approach. All right, the dailyhold.com reports the bank says customers will no longer be able to access a list of over-the-counter services at Macquarie's physical locations, nor deposit or collect checks or order new checkbooks. From Friday the 1st of November 2024, all right, which is later this year, you won't be able to do the following: write or deposit personal checks, deposit or request bank checks, deposit cash or checks over the counter at NAB, which stands for National Australian Branch. NAB stands for National Australia Bank branches. Make a super contribution or payment via check. Please note any checks received after Thursday, October 31st, 2024 will be returned to the sender. Once the changes are rolled out, Macquarie customers will only be able to withdraw paper money from their accounts using ATMs owned by rival banks, with withdrawals capped at $2,000 Australia per day. All right. So that's $2,000 in Australia currency. The move comes amid a broader shift away from cash across the country. A total of 424 bank branches representing 11% of all banks in Australia were closed from June 2022 and June 2023, according to the Australian Prudential Regulation Authority. And at the same time, banks removed access to 718 ATMs, man. It says Australians held a rally on April 2nd to protest the widespread closures and bring attention to the country's move away from cash. Right. So as you can see, all right, here in Australia, they're making the moves, man. All right. And Macquarie, that's not the only bank, because I believe there's another bank called Commonwealth Bank out here in Australia. They're headed in the same direction, man. OK, so now what I want to do, I want to play this clip. All right. And this is an old clip from Catherine Austin Fitz. All right. Who I believe is a whistleblower. So let's see what she has to say.
Right. So what you're doing is you're moving everything into a one world government that will have very tight central control. And you will have everyone on a digital transaction system where you can control them spatially, and you can control what they do, what they think, what they spend money on. So if you think of the Chinese social credit system, you know, they're basically, if I can put you on a digital currency system, CBDC, central bank. It's not a currency. It's like a credit at the company store. You're totally financially controlled and totally financially dependent. If I don't want you traveling more than 5 miles from your home, you can't transact more than 5 miles from your home. If you say something I don't like, I turn off your bank account and you starve to death. If you don't take whatever injection I want to give you, that's it. You don't get any food. So it's a complete control system that can be implemented with AI and software in very, very granular ways, and I can track you 24/7.
But we don't have it yet, do we?
It's coming.
It's
coming.
And this is part of the decision that has been done last year.
So if I was the central banks and I announced, okay, we're doing going direct, I want complete control of all your financial transactions, no privacy. I have complete access to data, and I control your money, and I control your wallet, and I control your bank account. If I want to raise taxes, I just take it out of your bank account, and you have to do what I say. Everybody would say, no, I don't want to do that. But you say, we're worried about your health and safety, so we want to have these healthcare passports. They're green. They're green. And it's for your safety, and it's because we want to make sure you're safe. Then you can, it's the Judas goat. You can get everybody in the trap because you don't want them to see the trap until you throw it.
Yeah.
And it's too late. And that's why you'll see people like Dr. Naomi Wolf standing up and saying, if we let them do this, it's the end of human liberty in the West. And it is. It is the end of human liberty if we agree to this kind of financial control system. And I assure you, their goals in this have nothing to do with health. Nothing. This is a financial control system.
Right, because at the end of the day, all right, Esau, Edom, all right, as the scripture says, they let's get Proverbs 4:16. It says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. All right. Because on one hand, all right, this is a wicked thing, man. They heap it unto themselves, all people. All right. Through debt. All right. By usury. OK, taxes and all of that sort of things, man. And now much more them establishing their enterprise, which ultimately goes into their new world order. All right. In order for you to get down and to remain within their system. OK, you're going to have to eventually take the RFID micro C hit, which is the mark of the beast. OK, and then if you don't, some will be beheaded. All right. The beloved elder Yashawamba from the branch of the Great Millstone in Dallas spoke about the article mentioning about former President Donald Trump, how he wants to bring the death penalty. OK, for people speaking out on hate speech against the anti-S word. Right. So we are in these times, man. OK, and the scripture says in the Apocrypha. All right, let's get 2nd Esdras 9. All right, it says at the top here, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right. And how do we measure the time diligently? All right. By taking the things that are going on in the world, all right, and linking them to biblical prophecy. And then that's the way that we can tell that we are a step closer to not only, the beast coming, Salakia, Esau, Edom coming down with great wrath and trying to usher in his new world order. But we also are a step closer to Yahushua HaMashiach making his second return back here on the planet Earth to redeem his elect. All right. So let's go to Isaiah 10, because she mentioned about they're going to try to use health and safety as a means to bring in what they want to bring in. But that really has nothing to do with the overall ordeal of everyone's health. This is Isaiah 10:1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And as you've been witnessing, not just in Babylon the Great, but also different parts of the world, Canada, now here in Australia, all of these Western countries or the West in general, they are now starting to push heavy, all right, draconian measures, all right, upon the masses of the people, man. And what they're doing is they're staging what we call wag the dog tail of events, OK, false flag events, in order for them to set up executive orders that they want to pass on the masses of the people, man. And this is why the scripture says in 2 Corinthians 2, all right, in 11, It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. So you have to be very careful because this devil is lurking. All right. He smells blood, man. And the scripture says that Esau has had a perpetual hatred against Jacob, and thou hast not hated blood, man. OK, he is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. All right. So we know how this is going to end. Let's get Psalms 37:7. It says, rest in Yahweh and wait patiently for him, and fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. OK, and what is the devices when you go into it? All right, let's look this up really quickly if we can in the Hebrew. All right, let's get this here. Devices, wicked devices. All right, blue letter acting slow now all of a sudden.
Strong's H 4209. Mezimah. Mezimah.
All right, it says purpose, discretion, device, plot. Purpose, discretion, devices, evil. Strong's definition says a plan, usually evil. OK, sometimes good, wicked device, discretion, intent, witty, invention, lewdness, mischievous device, thought wickedly, man. OK, because at the end game is for everybody to get CHIP. All right. That's the end game. You have to understand that. And see, this is why we tell you guys that this devil, he does not seek after the Most High. This is Psalms chapter 10, verses 3 and 4. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth. And the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts, man. OK, it says his ways are always grievous, man, because when he implement this this new digital system, it's going to cause a lot of grief. Think about all the people that are used to, posting their checks and stuff like that. Imagine you walk in, all right, one day and you're not able to do that, man. All right. You have a lot of elderly people out there that are not literate to technology, you know. So this is going to cause a huge clawback with the Australian people, man. All right. So let me read that again. Psalms 10 and 5. It says his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. And as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, man. All right. So now let's close out with Revelation, the 13th chapter, because ultimately, all right, when the CBDC is implemented, the next prophecy to come straight to pass is the RFID micro C-HIP, which is the MOTB. All right. And this is what it's going to say here. Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the charagma, which is the Greek word when you go into that word mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. OK, and when you go into that, the 666, which is chi-side stigma, when you go into the word stigma and break it down, ultimately it means to get a to be branded. All right, to be see when you go into it. All right, because it leads to you having an incision. OK, so let's go here.
Strong's G 4742. Stigma. Stigma.
Right. So outline of biblical usage says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. And in the Strong's definition, it says stigma, all right, or stizo, to stick, prick, a mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership, a scar of service. All right, because that's as we keep telling you, that's Esau's ultimate goal, man. All right. And these small hatters, they see everyone on the planet Earth as cattle. All right. Sheep for the slaughter, man. So you're going to have to choose in that day. All right. Either you're going to step out on faith. All right. Whether, you get rounded up, you're forced to take it. If you don't take it, they're going to, behead you, or torment you or whatever. You have to be ready to receive whatever your lot is that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua puts on you. All right. But to comfort everyone. All right. Let's get Romans, the 8th chapter. We'll close out here. Romans 8, verses 38. All right. It says verses 38, 39 says, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, or things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua, our master, man. Okay. So although we know what we have to go through, and we know we're going to be put through the test, all right, our faith, which let's grab that in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, Revelation 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also would keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. All right. And so, we don't tell you these things to put fear in you, but we tell you these things to warn you. And this should be a faith booster to know that, all right, we are in these times, man. OK. So with that, giving all praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. It's on to the next. Shalom.